Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Darlene Filipinas, and I'm going to report the Criterion-referenced grading system. The Criterion-referenced grading system, or absolute grading system, are based on a fixed criterion measure. There is a fixed target, and the student must achieve the target in order to obtain a passing grade in a course regardless of how the other student in the class perform. The skill does not change regardless of the quality or a lack thereof of the students. It is also to measure the skills and knowledge a student has mastered. For example, in a class of 100 students using the table, no one might get a grade of excellent if no one scores 98 above or 85 above, depending on the criterion used. There is no fixed percentages of students who are expected to get the various grades in the Criterion-referenced grading system. Another example, if the teacher gives a passing score 50%, then the student must get a passing grade. In Class A, the highest score of student got 95, then the equivalent or the Criterion-referenced grade is 97.5. Then, in Class B, the highest score of student got 90, the Criterion-referenced grade is 95. Now, I will show you how the student got the 95 Criterion-referenced grade. Here, 90 divided by 100 times 50 plus 50, the equivalent is 95. That's the Criterion-referenced grade of the student. Criterion-referenced systems are often used in a situation where the teachers are agreed on the meaning of a standard of performance in a subject, but the quality of the student is unknown or uneven, where the work involves student collaboration or teamwork, and where there is no external driving factor such as needing to systematically reduce a pool of eligible students. Note that in Criterion-referenced grading system, the student can help a fellow student in a group work without necessarily worrying about lowering his grade in that course. This is because the Criterion-referenced grading system does not require the mean of the class as basis for contributing grades among the student. It is therefore an ideal system to use in collaborative group work. When students are evaluated based on predefined criteria, they are free to collaborate with one another and with the instructor. With Criterion-referenced grading, a rich learning environment is to everyone's advantage. So, students are rewarded for finding ways to help each other and for contributing to class and small groups discussion. There are a variety of measures used to prevent situations from ever happening in the grading system. First, the criterion should not be based on only one teacher's opinion or standard. It should be collaboratively arrived at. A group of teachers teaching the same subject must set the criterion together. Second, once the criterion is established, it must be made public and open to public scrutiny so that it does not become arbitrary and subject to the whim and caprice of the teacher. According to Grunlund, assigning grades on criterion-referenced basis involves comparing a pupil's performance to specified standards set by the teacher. These standards are typically concerned with the degree of mastery to be achieved by pupils and might be specified in the terms of: Number 1, the specific task to be performed. Example, type 40 words per minute without error. Number 2, the percentage of correct answers to be obtained on a test designed to measure a clearly defined set of learning tasks. Thus, with the system, letter grades are assigned on the basis of an absolute standard of performance rather than a relative standard. Example, if a pupils demonstrate a high level of mastery, all will receive high grades. The Criterion-referenced system of grading is much more complex than it first appears. To effectively use absolute level of achievement as a basis for grading requires that Number 1, the domain of learning tasks be clearly defined. Number 2, the standards of performance be clearly specified and justified. And last one, the measures of pupils' achievement be criterion-referenced. That's all. Thank you.